How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Collector Showcase. This episode, me and Ryan are going to be talking about Gremlins 1 and 2 and the toys and all the fun things that we love about these two movies. But, Ryan, go ahead and give yourself your normal spiel about who you are, what you do.
How's it going, everyone?
Welcome to Collector Showcase. This episode...
What's up, guys? Richard Ryan here. I stream live every Tuesday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, playing your 80s, 90s video game requests and showing 80s, 90s game and toy footage. Ready to talk Gremlins.
Yeah,
what are the three rules, Vince? Hit them with the three rules.
The three rules. Okay, so never, ever put them in sunlight or bright lights. It'll kill them.
Right.
Number 2, never get them wet. Why? They'll multiply. And third, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting the order mixed up here, but and third is never, ever feed them after midnight. It doesn't matter where you are in the time around the world. If it's midnight there, it affects them at that point in time. I have no clue why.
You ever think like we're like the new Gremlins? Because it's like as we get older, we can't eat after midnight.
Oh yeah,
as we get older, we don't like bright lights. It hurts our eyes. As we get older, we can take a shower. We can get wet. That's the only thing we got.
Because we're definitely not going to multiply. Right. We're old. We're too old now to have kids. So, But man, dude, this movie captured my imagination. It captured my love of, like, furry creatures and the monsters they breed, right? So, oh man, like I don't know what it was. I was just the right age when this film came out. I remember just being in love with Gizmo, and
I love Stripe, so I love Gizmo.
Mm-hmm.
But Stripe is so badass.
Dude, no, you're right. He's the leader of the pack, right? And it's cool because we ended up getting multiple different versions and stuff in the sequel, the new batch. But I haven't actually watched that prequel animation yet. I believe it's out, but
when you go back to these movies, like, your Back to the Futures, your Gremlins, your Ghostbusters, E.T., movies of this era,
mm-hmm.
You can't even put a score on them. They're just, you don't even want to say cult classics. You want to just say, at this point, looking back at them, they're just perfect movies. I mean, what can you say? You can't even take a shot at any of these movies. These are just part of the lexicon.
Oh, yeah. Definitely part of our culture now. I mean, the first one is a Christmas movie. I will fight anybody for that.
Everything about it is from the opening scene to he can't start his car in the snow,
mm-hmm.
to the town setting,
which by people who don't know is the same set from Back to the Future.
Listen, I also have a thing about any cool attic. You got the attic from Home Alone. You got the attic, Billy's attic, in Gremlins. There's something about the way he decorates it. Like, what kid doesn't want that, like, whole floor to themselves? Like, he had it made. He had his little art studio up there, Billy, and, like, cool setup. Just, that kind of makes the scene, too, in a lot of these 80s movies, that they had the ultimate, like, little kind of room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always wanted one. We always lived in apartments, and there was a brief time where we lived in a house twice, but the problem is like I didn't want to go up in the attic in 1 because there was some other creepy shit up there, and in 2,
yeah.
I had an awesome huge room that was like the size of our living room downstairs, just because of the way the layout was. I mean, I had my room decked out. I mean, I was okay not being in it. But the only thing we ever had to worry about was my cat getting... So there was a crawl space in my closet, and if that door into the crawl space opened, man, it would take forever to get my cat out of there, because he would always find his way in there because it would be warmer. Cats love warm areas. And I just remember
I'd really like to start honestly, Vince, with the LJN stuff,
Okay.
because this is, we're all about gonna get into the NECA stuff, like that's the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't tell you how good LJN did with, dude. One of my prized possessions is my life size, basically stripe that LJN put out. It's like 8 feet. It's like eight, not maybe 8 feet. I don't know. It's like at least like 4 or 5 feet tall,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like a fucking movie prop, Vince.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My
I mean,
LJN stripe.
so let me add this story real quick too. It was like my dad. I had a this little like car that I'd play around with, and I had the plush Gizmo, and I'd put
Yeah.
him in it, and I'd push him around like recreating that scene in the film, and
Yeah.
my dad was all like, because it was falling apart. My dad's like, look, we're gonna give this to the film studio for when they make Gremlins 2. They want your car, and I bought into it, so they got rid of it. And it's like, man, I was duped by my dad again. But yeah, nah, that's fine. We can get into the LGN stuff. So let's bring that up now. All right, you're looking at, of course, here it goes again. Come on, OBS.
Yeah, because they gave us the cool PVC figures, which would be like your cheaper price point ones to have, and then they gave us the plush, like you said, and then they gave us the. Honestly, at that time, this was '84. The first one came out.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, it was like kind of unheard of to be able to buy as a kid, like a movie quality prop, basically. I mean, the stripe down to its eyes look like it's right out of the film. And mine is still, the one I bought, it looks still brand new, and that's the centerpiece. Every time I do a Christmas display, I put it right next to the tree on my little mini bar in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And for a figure from 80, it's not even a figure. It's like a 5 foot little prop from '84. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, the
So
4-inch
LJN,
figure. Yeah. Okay.
LJN, who also gave us the Thundercats line, by the way.
Yep. Man, they were knocking them out of the
Indeed,
park,
man.
man. All right, so give me just a second. We'll get this up here. All right, it's doing that weird thing with my mouse again. I hate OBS. I really do. Okay, there we go. I got it. All right. So, of course, the two that they have here are both Gizmo. Well, actually, one is Gizmo. We'll get into that one here first.
I'm not sure mine's catching up because I just see an ad here still. You got the ad closed?
Yeah, I got it's closed now. It should be coming up here.
Yeah, so I have that Gizmo, the the big one there.
Yeah, these are what, like 4 inches? I mean 4. Or how big?
But look
these?
at the attention. No, this is a bigger one.
Ah, okay.
So this one, I would say this is like 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And my stripe is maybe 5. You see, because it's got a posable head, you can move the head, the arms.
I mean, look at the box, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, because for context, if I give you a picture, is that hard to throw it up?
At the moment, yeah. Just with it backing up as it is.
Yeah. Because that my picture from my mini bar would give you more of an idea of the size.
The scale and everything for these, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that one, and look at the attention to detail on that, the veins in the ear.
Yeah, I can see that definitely in the on the back of the figure and the front. I mean, it's a really good. I mean, it's almost like stylized in a way, but I mean, you can definitely tell, they were getting a lot of the detail right. it doesn't have. I mean, it has what, maybe 3 points of articulation, the shoulder movement and in the head.
Yeah.
But still, this would be great to have like on the shelf.
Maybe this is the smaller version of mine, because I'm trying to figure out if you go lower, is there another version of this?
Well, these are the two in the basic line, right? So
Yeah, maybe mine's the fancier one.
it could be. Look at that! It knows that we're turtle fans. All right. Oh wow, this is interesting. These have to be smaller. I wonder if this is like a racers or something.
Yeah, mine must be like the deluxe big version.
Mm-hmm. These would be like great desk warmers.
And these are for like when you're a fan of the movie, but you don't got much to spend, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure these were like what, maybe $4, $5 maybe.
But great paint.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm amazed it holds up as well as it does, considering how old these are with these images. $1984. All right, let's see. Then there, we'll just do this. There's the browse all feature for this. Got those. This is the bendable one. Really great likeness of stripe there and everything. That's really cool.
Yep, the bendable, posable one.
Mm-hmm. I love how like Billy's just like a static drawing of the actor. He's like not phased at all that there's this green monster that just like tries to tear open his mom and tries to kill him with the chainsaw in the film.
Look at even Stripe, the way he's smiling in the picture on the card art. He would never smile like that.
No.
That's way too happy.
Well, and then he has like cobra fangs.
Yeah, which he doesn't have.
No, yeah, exactly. Here we go. These are the ones that you're talking about, the larger figures. So yeah, these are the ones I remember. Much more cuddly, cuter version of Gizmo here.
Yeah, so these are the two I have, Vince. My pride and joys here.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, the size of this. Yeah, and I mean, that looks really good. That looks really spot on with the movie. I love it. For 84, dude?
Oh yeah, for 84, this is great. I mean, you look at like, you can definitely tell this is a toy of the 80s just on the fact of like the baby blue color with the box and how basic it is.
But this is really all you need anyway, man. If you ask me, as far as like a little vinyl or kind of a prop,
mm-hmm.
This is a lot. This is, you know.
Three-piece collectible gift set. Wind up Gizmo Shrine. But oh, so it's given all the different ones. Gizmo Water Hatch. Just like the artwork too is really cool.
Yeah.
A lot of little attention to detail there. So let's see.
So yeah, it's like they did great with the Gizmo, but then when we get the Stripe, they just knock it out the park. Like I can't think of many other. Even in the 90s, we weren't getting even stuff that much like this Stripe. The size and the scale of it, we weren't really getting stuff. Because like we would get, when I think of the 90s, I think of the awesome Boglins we were getting. but those were still like the size of your hand. I mean, look at the size of this, Vince, and look at the hair. Like that is unbelievable paint on this. And look at the eyes.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. They took us. I mean, I'm sure they took a stylized look for the ears just a little bit compared to what it is in the film. But yeah, no, that's freaking awesome. Hold on. Man, I can't even do it now. I was doing it earlier. I can do usually Stripe's voice and then Gizmo's voice, but I can't do it on call at the moment. But yeah, no, dude, this is great. Like just as a thing to have. Like I would rather have this than like what a My Buddy doll.
Exactly. Like it, dude. This is like. I swear, if they threw this in the movie in the background in one of the scenes, like it would blend in with the actual fucking animatronic shit. Like you wouldn't even, you know what I mean? Like this looks really fucking good. And if we're able to see in any of these, like what the eyes look like, the eyes are like really vibrant when you look into its eyes, like the red. You
Mm-hmm.
can see like the retina. It's fucking nuts, dude. You can see the retina in Stripe's eye.
Yeah. Well, I love the fact that like it says that you can have fun making up your own Stripe customs with accessories from your home, and like you can almost like buy like 4 of these, cut off the white mohawk, and then have like different gremlins in your set.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't even know how much these things were they costed back then.
I paid a good amount. I think I paid like $90 for mine.
$80-90. Whether did you get it in a box? Or you just got it loose.
Loose. These are pretty sought after.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like the Gizmo will go for like 30, but this Stripe will go for like 90. And it develops like loose joints if people didn't take care of it. But mine still will stand fine and everything will kind of like mine is like a like new condition for a loose one.
Mm-hmm.
Water hatchers. Now I'm not familiar with these.
So these were those toys that you used to get that you would soak them in water, they would absorb water, and they would grow 4 to 8 times their size. I mean, they would be like you used to see them as like gimmicks for like dinosaurs and other things. So I don't remember this, but I remember having a few of the things that you know.
I'll be right back, Vince.
Yeah, yeah. But no, this was really cool. I mean, I love the artwork. I love how it advertises what is going on here. You get a little gizmo and a gremlin, a smaller one, and the one that I guess hatches into a gremlin here. Still very cool. I love how it's like you must obey all Mogwai rules, but if this one tells you, yeah, put it in water, have fun. Of course, there's 2 wind-up toys. Don't really have much to say to that one. Don't feed it after midnight. Hey, Dad, what's up? Yeah, I told the story about how that like you made me give away my car that was falling apart for them to use for Gizmo in the next movie that he never used. Wind up. He smokes his cigs and drinks. Oh wow, that's crazy. No images. Okay, all right. I think we're we're at the end of all the LGN stuff on that one. So there's definitely been other Gremlins toys over the years. Let me see. I do not remember any of these. Claws, okay. Basic series. Yeah, this is for the new batch. Good old Mr. Brain. You know, the sad thing is you're doing stuff from the second movie. You have no bat. You don't have the spider gremlin. You just have the generic basic ones for the line. They're not really even action figures. They're just like statues or little mini figurines that you can put on your desk or a shelf to advertise that you're a fan. Interesting. Dad, you don't remember these at all, right? The Chef Gremlin. There's Mohawk. That's the one that becomes the spider. Wow, they called him Pipes. Even though we know he's called Brain. More civilized.
Yeah, they had a lot of these PVCs.
Yeah.
But look at the paint detail, Vince.
It's good.
Dude,
it's really good.
We don't get. Sometimes we don't get paint detail like this today.
No,
I mean, NECA does. NECA nails it, but like not all companies do this. When you're talking about PVC figures that would be a few bucks back then, and you're getting this kind of paint detail, look at the face, Vince.
Yeah, that's decent. I mean, these look like they would have been in like gachapon like capsules that you would got out of like, you know, you put a 50 cents in a machine and got out. I don't know much about this line though, but they're really cool.
What we got so these delivered really good basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what NECA went out of the park, which what we're going to see in a bit, is the unbelievable amount of accessories that came with each figure. You know, because like some of my favorites are like the Mogwais with like, you know, the like stuff from the movie theater scene. They got like the drink, the popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
They got the little Atari arcade thing, little handheld one. One of mine came with that. One of mine came with like a skateboard. Like NECA really threw in all the accessories well. But like this is like if you want some basic stuff for your shelf, some of these little PVCs are great.
So this is the reaction line from Super 7. And even these are really great. So very.
Oh yeah. From the bar scene.
Mm-hmm. Abandoned Gremlin. There you go. There's your box. I remember like when Super 7 did the reaction line in the beginning, man. It was kind of cool, but very basic and stuff. And
my only issue with Super 7 in this size is you don't get your money's worth because you'll go to like an FYE and they'll put like 20 on these. They'll put like 25 on these sometime.
Dude.
And you're just not getting your money's worth for $25 out of like a Star Wars Kenner sized figure. You know what I mean? Like from back in the day.
Oh yeah, yeah. These are definitely basic Star Wars Kenner figures. I mean, I know that.
Like if you left it on card, it looks all right, but when you open these up, they're so small.
I mean, it looks like Michael Knight. It does not look like Billy. But yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you got the basic like arm structure. I mean, these are definitely perfect for if you want to mix and match and keep in that 3.35 figure style, I guess, size range.
You know what the reaction figures would be amazing for, like this line here? If you did a Gremlins like town recreation with like the Christmas Village kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like those porcelain Christmas Village buildings, and like recreated the town with the bank and the bar, like the town center, and place these figures along like amongst it. This would be great with like a Christmas Village kind of a setting. These size figures.
Yeah, they definitely need something extra to go with them because they just look. I mean, you know, this is not a wave that you would buy all of them for, right? I mean, it's cool to have maybe buy one or two to represent what you enjoyed about the films. Unless you're that type of collector that wants to get all of these. Um, but they're still cool. I mean,
You
they
get
have
more
like
bang for your buck with
with the NECA, correct? Exactly. Let me.
I actually don't want to gloss over the Funkos though, because the Funkos for Gremlins were good because we got your Flasher Gremlin,
Mm-hmm.
you got your 3D glasses variant, Gizmo and Stripe. They did good with some of
Yeah, the
the
Funko Pop.
Funko Gremlins.
Yeah,
Actually.
we'll get into those. I mean, look at the detail on this gizmo here for the reaction. That's pretty nice, man. I
Yeah.
compared to looking at the other ones that we just saw, because I think these are the later reaction figures. And the card art, man, this just stands out. But I love how they got the blue to kind of match the vintage toy line that LJN was doing.
Guys, it says we got 8 people watching. Let us know. Did you have any of these figures back in the day? Let us know. Do you prefer the first movie or the second movie? What's your favorite? Did you play the NES game back in the day? Hit us up in the chat, man. Let's get going here. 8 people watching. Let's hit
All
that
right,
like button.
I want to read what Ari said. Dear Gizmo Claus, please tell Nintendo to put Mega Man X and Geno in the next Smash Brothers game as a playable, or Gremlins will be a playable Snow White and the dwarfs at their headquarters, or the Gremlins will play Snow White and the dwarfs at the headquarters.
So I really want a creature feature fighting game, okay? Listen, we're gonna throw it in Mortal Kombat style. Kind of like it would fit in the Terradrome game I played that one night you see me play.
Mm-hmm.
So just give me this, okay? Give me a creature feature Mortal Kombat fighting game. We throw in Gremlins in there. We throw in Ghoulies. We throw in Critters. Okay? We throw in Puppet Master. Listen, it's gonna be platinum seller. This is gonna be massive. If you want to have some of those be DLC you pay for, make some extra bang for your buck. Okay, somebody's got to get these IPs. Throw them in a creature feature, Mortal Kombat style fighting game. Have fun fatalities. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be bang busters for sale. All right, it's gonna sell big.
Yeah, well, hey,
We need it.
I said during my stream yesterday, I'd love to have a Masters of the Universe, Metroidvania type game where you play Prince Adam and He-Man.
You've seen the fan made one I've played, right, on open bore?
Yeah.
Where it's a beat 'em up. That's a really good one. Anytime people see that, they're like, "Is this for sale?" And they're always shocked to hear it's a fan made game. But people want to buy this stuff, man.
Now look, we're getting the gas again. Oh man.
That's pretty sweet.
This one, I don't know. This one doesn't look as good though. With Gizmo, with the he has the mini arcade thing there.
There we go with that again.
I've yet to see you show the actual toys that came out after the movie. No, oh, Dad, we did already. Um, we showed them. Those are the LJN.
I was gushing about how much I love my life-size stripe that's on my mini bar. I paid like $100 for it, Floyd.
Yeah, that's a much better stripe. Oh, damn. Look at that card art, man. When it pops up here, that is amazing.
Are you saying you've actually heard somebody claim that Gremlins is not a Christmas movie?
Who said that?
No, I'm asking you. Like,
No. I've never really heard anybody say it's not. I mean, it is a horror comedy set in Christmas. But I've always thought it was a Christmas movie. I've always thought of it as a Christmas movie.
yeah.
Okay. So as far as Funko, there's only 14. You got Gizmo there with the original movie poster. Or at least one of the posters.
Dude, one of my favorite Funko ones is the flocked one that they put with the movie display case. Oh, that's what this is right there. Yeah, this is the one I have, the flocked one. So it's hard to tell in the picture, but it is like a fur. You know, it's like your I'm blanking on the name right now.
I loved him when he was a Moogle. That's great. Or Grogu from Mandalorian. No, dude, that's awesome. It looks like it has like a faux VHS cover.
Damn it! Who was flocked in Motu that looks like a golf course? What's his name? Mossman, right?
Yeah.
Mossman. It's got that Mossman flock, the Panthro flock. On
Yeah,
this
with
Gremlin.
the fur. Yeah, he has that pseudo fur on him. Yeah.
It's cool. It doesn't translate in the picture well.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you can
When you
kind
look
of
at
tell
it.
there's something there because of the texture. But yeah, no. What else? I love this. I'd love to get this one.
Yeah. They were like 20 at Walmart. 20 something. Worth a little bit extra above a normal pop.
Yeah, because I
But
have the my wife got me Marty and the DeLorean one year for Christmas. I still have that one. That one's awesome. Dude, that's great. I love the box art and everything. Ryan, you're making me want to buy more stuff.
I know. Which one do you want the most? The
Him in the
Gizmo in the
red-
car, or
Yeah,
the
him in
flock?
the red car.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You got different Gremlins here.
I hadn't even seen that one in the store. But look, dude, look at the flashing Gremlin. Come on, bro.
Dude, that's my best friend's favorite Gremlin is the Flasher. And then, like, when NECA did that figure, it was awesome.
And I love the is there the stripe with the What does he got? Like the 3D glasses on? This
Yeah.
one stripe. Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. I think that the image they're taking from these are the renders. They're not the actual figure. I think. Yeah.
But it's sweet with the soda.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I have that one.
It's such a metaphor for kids, right? You know.
Yeah, I need them to make pops for Ghoulies and Critters.
Dude, Critters pops would be amazing. Okay, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. Is going to be the NECA stuff. These have been amazing. They have knocked them out of the park. You even have
My only complaint is my wallet can't keep up with them all, so I don't have them all.
I don't have them all either.
I'd love to have the Christmas Caroler Mogwai, which are hilarious. Those would be like the centerpiece of my Christmas display, but I can't. You gotta draw the line on how many you can get.
I haven't even brought those out. They're put in the box right now. I gotta get those out. I missed the other two carolers though. I don't remember this brain figure, but it's 12 inches, and I'm not sure what Rotocast is.
Maybe like they rotoscoped like the movie prop.
Yeah.
To try to get every angle
and every detail of the figure, yeah, for him. I love that it comes with the beaker with all from what he drank to become the brain. Let's see. Yeah, and this one is definitely one of my favorites right here. Is the Bad Gremlin. I love this thing. I was waiting for this thing for a while, and I missed it when it released in 2016, and I got it, I think, last year when they reissued it.
What, the Spider Gremlin?
No, the Bat Gremlin.
Oh, the COVID Gremlin?
Yeah, the one that becomes a gargoyle. It busts through the wall and hits the bat signal.
COVID-19 Mogwai?
Right? Look, you can tell there's the things that spread the spores on its wings.
I'm not gonna lie, that thing's horrifying, man.
But it's awesome.
It is awesome. It's horrifying. That's gonna scare some children.
The only downside is they put them in the small box, right? So like the wings warp. Remember, it took me it took me like about a week to get those wings stretched out so they'd curve the right way. But still, to have this figure is awesome. I'm Bad Gremlin. There you go. There's Mohawk. This is the one from the game. I do love when NECA does the video game variants to their figures and stuff and gives it that two-tone or very, very pixelized look to some of the characters. And it's amazing how the paint really translates that very, very well.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
Vince, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I just like the way it sounds.
You never hit a man with glasses, would you?
He stole my balloons!
Where does he get such wonderful toys? Anyway. I always did love the video game boxes that they used to do for their video game figures and everything. Very reminiscent of the NES style.
Yes. I'm trying to think, do I have that one? I think I have that one.
Yeah, I definitely don't have it. I remember seeing it though on shelves at Toys R Us.
Okay, so I remember picking up the Batman NES one that they put out, because at that time a lot of those were cheap still. They were really early, like they were in that $20 sweet spot range for a while, or like 25 at the most.
Yep, yep.
So I was scooping them up then. Now they're almost up to, what are they up to? Are they almost up to like mid 30s now at Target?
35, 30 to $36.
Dude, they'll be 40 before we know it. Give it another year or two, they'll be just 40. There,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think the Spider Gremlin, I think I paid 60 for him. So, but I mean, of course, that's a much bigger figure than the standard.
But listen, that's part of why I couldn't keep up with these, man. Because it's like, when they were 25, dude, I'll give you even before that, man. When Target first got NECA, I can pinpoint the time because you could go on their Twitter and there was a discount code to make all the Friday the 13th figures only 22 or 23 or like 22, something like that. And I was scooping them all up at that price. That makes a difference, dude. When you're going from like 22 on sale to 35, you're not going to get as many of these.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, you could definitely tell from the inflation. I mean, like, you know, we used to be able to get a couple figures for $100. Now it's like you're lucky if you get two, especially with NECA. And then they drop like 4, 5, 6 figures at one time, like per brand. Between
it's like NECA
TMNT.
too. Like, you know, for me, I had that turning point that after I got all the movie figures from the first movie for Turtles, and then I got all the cartoon versions in those 2-box things. Once they put out the lighter colored cartoon figures, I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm not gonna get these just to have the lighter colored green Turtles of the cartoon. You know, I got the first ones, the dark green ones from the cartoon series. It's just like you can't. And I know a lot of other people jumped out at that point because it's like those were $50 each 2-pack.
Yep.
So to get all 4 Turtles was $100, and then to snatch up the Shredder and the Foot Soldier and the Bebop and Rocksteady, that was another $100. So that was $200 just to get your basic cartoon line run.
Yeah, and that was what was great about like the when they did the 4-pack, the first 4-pack, where it was $100 and it was the Disguise Turtles, so you could. It had them with the trench coats and the pants and everything, the disguise head, but you had additional faces and stuff for the turtles to make them like either be serious or smiling. It added a bunch more playability, and for $100, you were getting more accessories than you did with that original 2-packs that they were doing. And then they did another one which had the more cartoon colored accurate, which you're talking about, the variant color. That was $150, and that's crazy because it went from $100 to adding another $50 to it. I remember I paid like I think almost $200 for the Channel 6, and you got like what 4 figures, and it was Cat April, Fern, and like Irma and Burn for, and then you got the additional stuff for like the camera, the boom lights, and everything to make this Channel 6 news set. But that was like $200. It's crazy.
It's too easy to get on a tangent now on Turtles, but it's like the point of us saying that is this is the same problem I faced with Gremlins. It's like I got like the Gizmo one. I got your basic Mogwai one. I got the Stripe figure, and then you start getting the accessories for each in different boxes, like, and I think they called the one the arcade. Was it the arcade stripe or whatever? That's the one with the Atari video game.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Once we get into all those, like, I had to tap out after a couple of those
Well, I've only
lines.
gotten so many. I haven't gotten all of them. Like I only have maybe I'd say 8 or 10 Gremlin stuff. Like there's 36 for the whole set. I mean, mine
That's nuts.
mostly. Yeah, I can't keep up with all of them. I'd love to have them, but I don't have the space to display them. But like the Spider Gremlin. This is one of the ones I was looking forward to the most, and this thing turned out to be amazing. Of course, you had to do the whole thing where you had to heat up the nub so that way you can put it into the plastic of the base spot of the body, so they would fit in there. But like once it's done, figure holds up great. I still have it on my arcade over there because it just looks so menacing. Have to go. Later, Eris. Thanks, man, for hanging out. Don't let gremlins into your home, even if you have Snow White and Seven Dwarfs later, everybody. That's hilarious. But yeah, no, I mean, like, just the detail on these figures are just amazing. I mean, they look like they're walked off the screen.
Oh yeah,
just all the accessories and stuff. It's cool that they've made these beakers with like the potions inside. I mean, this was such an iconic scene in the movie anyway, but I love this Gremlin. This was awesome. And of course, yeah, we were talking about the Carolers too. I have the ones with the earmuffs. I don't have the ones with the scarf. I need to get that one so I can have all 4 of them together. Because it's perfect for like Christmas time. Like I got them for decorating my house during Christmas. And it's cool that they can hold a little bitty, the musical sheet. And it's just, I remember that scene. They're all sitting there singing. Not making any sense. Christmas songs.
They were just singing the da 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 da. I think, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
The theme song from Gremlins.
Da, 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 da.
Look at the hat. You could even see like the faux leather.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing too, is like the attention to detail, the texture on these guys, like the clothing looks pretty damn close to real life, and especially if you look at it afar, it looks real. What's up, Zombie?
Yo, Zom. It's like, dude, there's channels that I like that we know about that I won't mention by name that are NECA haters. Like, there's like really, really good, respectable toy channels that we watch on the regular that hate NECA because they're like, oh, well, you can't play with them if you take them out the box, whatever, something snaps. But this is my question to like those channels that we watch, big channels that are naysayers on NECA. But who else is giving us this for $30? For $40?
Mm-hmm.
Who else is delivering this? That's my question. So I'm just like, for the channels that hate on NECA, I get it. Could they be more durable? Okay, but like, what are the alternatives? Who else is giving us an alternative for that price point? There isn't one.
No, because
so
even
what
like
do you want?
Super 7, even like with Super 7, man, like Super 7, it's like $50 per figure or $60 per figure. And yeah, they may have a little bit more QC stuff, but it's like, yeah, I can't afford that for a figure. Where this, I paid $40 for it, and I got 2 figures. But like, yeah, like Zombie said, "What makes the Spider Gremlin scene more epic is Slayer is playing when he mutated." And then when they send Mr. Deagle flying, it's hilarious. Yes, but like the just the festive stuff of the box, man. Like it's amazing. Like I don't know, yeah, you're gonna always run into an issue
QC
with,
stuff.
huh?
With QC stuff, like with
Yeah,
something breaking
exactly.
off.
Correct. You're gonna run into these things. Like NECA is a big brand, but it's not on the level of like Mattel or Hasbro, where they've had years of experience for manufacturing toys. Um, I'm amazed what NECA can do, like within like such small detail on like the thin plastic, like they do. You look at the
I
legs.
totally am.
You look at the
I'm
legs,
totally
man. They're like
blown
there's
away.
articulation on the feet. You got it on up the ankle up to the knees.
When I have when my my parents come into my house and see some of these NECAs, they're blown away, and they're not even into toys like that. But even like non-toy collectors, they see that stuff, they're like, this is impressive.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
amount of detail.
this is a snapshot into our past. I mean, this is stuff that, like, this is why we collect, for one, is because being able to have like detailed figures that are just like watching the film back in the day. Like I can instantly start the movie in my head because I can look at these and I remember the scenes where these came from. It's not like where it's just having the item and it's playable, which is fine. But like these are like so good.
The only thing I'm saying, okay, so I want to mention, like, just from somebody like me, and you that has a lot of these, okay? The only thing I've noticed, so when you get the box, when you open the flap where it's velcroed shut, you'll open the flap. Unfortunately, because of people inspecting the toys in the store and being kind of rough, what's happening sometimes is where the flap opens on the crease, it'll start to tear. So if people are too rough on, so this is like for people that, because we get into stuff like this as a collector, what to be careful about. Be careful when you're in the store that make sure when you open the flap, do you have one nearby, any of these figures?
Let me see. Give me a second. As far as you want, like anything NECA that has the flap, yeah.
Yeah, anything NECA, so I can just tell them what I mean.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll go grab them.
Because basically, the wear and tear when you open the flap of the display box, which you're gonna do a lot, because if you're like me, you leave a lot of these in the display box because they look so amazing in there with all the accessories. So when you open that flap, you have to be careful because it puts a lot of strain on that crease, and you'll start to get that crease sometimes rips and tears. So if you could show like where you open the flap and where it creases, on the newer ones I've seen, sometimes they're torn.
So like here's the
the
Kevin Eastman
yeah.
exclusive from NECA. This is him. So he had a scene where he was. So if you ever wonder why there was a garbage truck at that point in time in the movie, especially whenever Shredder falls and Casey's like, "Oops," there's a scene that was cut where Kevin Eastman, one of the the guys of the creators of the Turtles, decided to he was the garbage man. So he left the scene and stuff. So that's why they made this figure, of course, for him.
So if you can show that crease, Vince, when you guys get a figure from Target, just make sure that's not starting to tear on the seam.
Yeah, right
not
here.
Not that part, but on the seam inside. So like on that side. On that side, it starts to tear sometimes. So just be aware of that.
Right. The other thing I've noticed too is that if these are stored in a hot spot, or like too many people open up the flap, the adhesive on the Velcro actually comes off, and so then your figure's just like this. Especially if you put them on the wall, so
Yeah.
you can't close it anymore. I'm pretty sure you can go in and put a little bit more glue or something on there to stick it on the other side. But the other thing too to note that like, they do a really good job with like attention to detail with the boxes and everything. I was trying to find my ultimate gizmo. He's on my table, but he's buried at the moment. Um, but one of the things you also need to watch out for is like this time, like sometimes like these. I know it's cardboard. I
Yeah,
miss the
it bends
plastic,
there.
but it gets. You can see where there's the bend here. But
I
sometimes this
prefer
stuff
they
will
used to have
tear.
the clear tabs.
Yeah,
They used to
I
have the
do too.
clear hook.
I prefer the clear. I'd rather have a sticker here that has the hang tab versus the one that's made with cardboard. I know it's cheaper to do it this way, but I mean sometimes it becomes, um, it'll rip, it'll tear easily, and especially if like there's a bunch of them on a peg and stuff, and people are just kind of going through trying to find whatever they need to, they'll tear easily. Um, but yeah, let me see what's going on in the chat real
But
quick.
what I'm saying is, Floyd, like, no, it's not good that like some of these are broken out of the box. I'm just saying there's channels that we watch that me and Vince, we've talked about it before, off stream, because we don't want to call any out. But like there's channels that just bash NECA really hard about the QC. But what I'm saying to that, I'm not defending that some are broken out of the box. What I'm saying is no other company's offering any alternatives to this right now. So there's nothing else you can buy that's spot on movie accurate Friday the 13th. There's nothing else you can buy that's spot on movie accurate Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, or in this price range for 30. And that's the issue I'm having, where it's like they're bashing NECA, the whole company.
Well, Dad, all these two are the ones that we've shown for the NECA have articulation. Like the Spider Gremlin, there's tons of articulation on him. Right at the joint here, right there, and then right at the base of his thorax or whatever, and then like his arms bend and everything, his mouth opens up. There's a lot of articulation for these figures, for the NECA stuff. These are the ones that came out that are a little bit more cheaper. Had a problem with their QC. No, you're right, Dad. There's a period of time where their QC was really bad, but they have gotten a lot better, and that's what I was trying to say earlier. Is that part of the thing is with NECA, they're not a mainstream company anymore. I mean, they are, but they're not like on the level of.
Plus, they advertise on there's no disguising or hiding the fact that they're saying adult collector. Like they're saying basically don't play with these, bro. They're saying don't play with it.
Well, yeah, they want you to put them in a pose you want. They're really not meant.
Forget it, right?
Right.
Like pose it and forget it. Do not play. These are not Hasbro, Mattel kind of beat on it toy. You cannot really play with these, bro. These are definitely shelf display piece. Pose them once or twice and leave it. Set it, forget it. And I don't think so basically what I'm saying is, and I don't want to be like I'm some NECA defender of everything. No, that's not what I'm saying, but I don't think they're trying to pretend that they are playable like with kids. These are adult collector showpiece display figures. And it's like there should be like a warning almost. Don't play with them.
Well, and see,
they're gonna probably play.
Right, and like these, the ones I'm showing here with the blister packs, right? These are designed for a younger age. They have good detail, but I think the playability. I don't have any of these, so I'm assuming that the QC is a little bit better, or the not QC, but the quality is better on these figures that would be much more durable for a younger audience, right? So you got Brain there, you know, the Gizmo with the 3D shades. And that's cool though. You got even his babies too, right? Whenever he starts molting or whatever, after he gets water dripped on him.
If anything, they could expand maybe into having more action figure oriented stuff.
They could.
You know?
They used to. They did. And in the beginning, like they had the video game line. They had a lot of
you know what
the
the ones I bet you could
horror,
beat on
sci-fi.
are? The Toon Terrors. I bet you could beat on those Toon Terrors a little bit, you know? Because they're a lower price point and they look a little more durable.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have a problem with their quality control, and if you're willing to pay for them, right? And the good thing though, that is too, is that like I know from experience talking to other collectors, you know, usually if you get something broken, they'll send you a replacement if you call them, their support. But there is no incentive for them to fix the business practices, and yeah, like the Bat and Spider have articulation, but they are deluxe figures. But
you ever feel like we're getting one or the other, Vince? We're either getting like a super detailed, ultra realistic display shelf piece, or we're getting a slightly neutered, simpler paint deco, more articulated piece that would be like your Hasbro's or your Marvel Legends or your, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're a lot of times we're getting one or the other, and it's like you almost have to know the implementation. Mm-hmm. Is this going to be one that's in your IKEA D12 shelf that's more of a display piece, or is this going to be one that you wouldn't worry about handing it to your kid and playing around with it? Like, it's like, I think we're getting, most of the time we're getting one or the other, and I don't think I think it's like you got to distinguish.
Right. Well, and then there's too many, like, so these figures here are part of their reels stuff. So they have a little bit less of the articulation. They still have some detail. And, you know, these are technically for everybody versus, like, you getting into when they first started doing these, the Gremlins line, everything, which are the more adult collector.
Yeah, because we were in an era, we grew up in an era before the adult collector. Mm-hmm. We grew up in an era where everything was played with. 80s and 90s, everything was played with. Can you even name for me, excluding maybe the very late 90s into the McFarlane era, can you even tell me anything 80s or early to mid 90s that was not supposed to be played with?
Unless it was a statue? No, not that I can think of.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was designed for kids to play with. I mean...
Right, and we're in a different era now. You got, like, I look at it like we're in an era now, Vince, where, like, NECA's expecting a lot of this stuff to be in, like, your dad's office. You know? Like, some movie memorabilia stuff from when they were young. A lot of people are using that for this. It's also like NECA appeals to the non-toy collector too. NECA appeals to somebody that's like also like just a movie buff, right? Mm-hmm. Say we got movie buff friends, they'll put some NECA shit on their shelf with their Blu-rays and 4Ks, right? But they are non-toy collectors, bro. So that is a variant of people. You have non-toy collectors that are putting like showpieces amongst their movies of these figures that people that don't collect toys. I've seen it.
Well, becomes the whole thing where, you know,
movie memorabilia.
Pop vinyls are one thing, right? That's for the average most of the time for the average consumer, right? That wants to have some kind of collectible that's in a cheap price range or an affordable price range. I'll change it. Um, so they can have something that represents what something they like. And that's why there's such a variety of pop vinyl figures out there. But NECA, when you get into NECA, you start getting into some other figure lines and stuff from other companies too. You're it, it's kind of like you're a mid-grade collector. They want something a little bit more toy oriented, but has a little bit more detail that represents something they enjoy. Um, and then there's the guys that do the hot toys and all that stuff that want the more higher end stuff that's more expensive. That they can put in any kind of pose or articulation with real cloth and like high quality materials, but man, those things are expensive, and I only have one. um, but I mean, there's
I
a
don't even
lot
have
of reasons
one.
for it. Yeah, you can't have one, unfortunately. But I forgot, that doesn't even look like a gremlin. I know it is. I know which gremlin this is, but he looks like he's out of what was that movie? Something Warriors of Virtue or whatever. Oh man,
That was a movie.
yeah, or something of Virtue. Yeah, they kind of look like marsupials. They're kind of almost like the ones from Tank Girl, which were hilarious too. But yeah, no. So like, and this is one of the ones I wanted back in the day that I never got, which was the Shock Gremlin, and it's completely flat with different raised areas and stuff, which is so cool. But I remember seeing this in Toys R Us. And I was like, I want to get this, and I never did because I loved the Lightning Gremlin. Yep, and there's your Mohawk again, standard colors and stuff, not the video game version.
Yeah, I don't think we've got. I haven't seen the ones I have yet. Like I have the one. What happened to the ones I have? Like,
So these are like, so this is the 2012 line, right? And then you get into them doing the blister packs again.
because I have all the display box ones, where it's like
Yeah, no, we're
the
gonna get to
gamer,
that.
the gamer gremlin, the like we just haven't got to that yet. The chainsaw one, the skateboard one, the
Yeah, we're gonna get to those.
okay.
So these are also the blister pack ones again too. These came out in 2020. And these are a good way to get the Gremlins together. So like every version. Head knockers. So they were doing all these stuff, right? Because they did ones that were kind of sized to the actual Gremlins, Stripe and all them. The Mogwais versus the Gremlins and stuff. Like this is the one I have, right? I actually have the ultimate version. Hold on, but yeah, there's this one because they did him when he's Rambo taking on the Spider Gremlin. Welcome, Joe. I've seen a wave of those in HD, a female Mogwai.
Rambo Gizmo. They call him Combat Gizmo. They can't because of the
Gizmo. Yeah.
But it's Rambo Gizmo, bro.
Yeah, so they did more of these, and then eventually we're gonna get into the ones that you were talking about.
But you,
yeah, there's the female.
Like,
I think that's the.
That's
female
when your
one.
mom's like, as a kid, you have a Rambo at home, and it's like
Combat
combat
Gizmo.
guy, combat, because they can't use the name. She's like, Ma, can't you're like, Ma, can't I get Rambo? And she's like, you have a Rambo at home, and you go home and it says Combat Man.
Can't talk at work. Nah, no. What's up, Ty Lord? Yeah, that was it. Okay, I was thinking that too. Um, I don't remember which. I think that this time they were doing different designs and stuff. Oh, you're good, man. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the caps, brother. Um, pull back. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to get to the ones that were. Yeah, that's still in the blister packs. Yeah, it's still 2012. Here we go. This is the one. The Ultimate Collection is the ones you're talking about, Ryan. So you got the Back to the School.
That's what I have. I have the ultimate ones. You're right.
Yeah.
Cause I don't have them in front of me, bro. I'm at work, so it's like I can't tell you that they're called the ultimate ones or something. I don't remember.
No, it's okay. Because this is where they started doing the really cool box arts and stuff, representative of like some of the artwork they did for the film.
Now, was this in the movie? I don't remember a back to school grandma. I don't remember this. I gotta be honest with you.
It was probably just a background gremlin. I remember there
Character.
was so many like gremlins in different costumes and stuff
I know.
at different
Which is
points.
why it was so amazing.
Yeah. So, but like just the attention to detail, right? You got this. He's dressed as a kid. He's got his back to school books and all this other stuff and the old
Dude,
style lunch
this is
kit.
why. By the way, this is why you can watch Gremlins and shit like this 100 times
And still miss
because
stuff.
you'll be like, holy shit! Did you see that? It's a, you know what I'm saying? You're like, it's a school Gremlin in this scene, and you'd be like, I never noticed that before, and I've seen this movie 30 times. It's shit like that
Mm-hmm.
that you'll notice in a movie like Gremlins. That's why it's worth watching this many times.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, what's cool is like when they started doing the ultimate stuff, they started adding all these different accessories. You got more cloth on the clothing instead of it being molded. So like here's Brain. He's got an actual sewn suit together, right? He's got the brain juice, different hands, his pipe, the syringe. He's got the glasses and everything. Looks just like the character. Great.
The
Right?
voice of that guy almost sounded like Frasier.
Yeah,
It's
right,
like the
right. It did almost sound like Frasier. More civilized. Yeah, there you go. There's the box, which is nice. I do like the window boxes like this.
Dude, that's why I haven't even taken mine out of them. I love opening them up. They look so cool. And I love that. I love like looking at the art on the flap next to the figure.
Mm-hmm.
But can you zoom in on the seam there
Which
and just
one?
kind of show again what I'm talking about? No, on the other one.
Okay,
Like the seam.
Yeah, right here.
Because you can just tell how easy it is to wear on that shit. And I'm talking like every time
Right
you
there.
open it, it's a little. Every time you open it, it's a little more wear on that, and that is going to be the Achilles heel of these display boxes. Is as you open that, just zoom in there. You can just tell that it's going to take some damage over time, much like almost like a paperback book. You know when somebody opens it too much and then the glue starts to come up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, you're always going to run a risk of the more you open something, especially something cardboard like that, that eventually it's going to wear and tear. Joe said that for some reason as a kid I always thought it was like X-Men's Beast, and I agree with that. I totally agree with that. It was Tony Randall from The Odd Couple. Oh, nice, Dad. Okay. I think the animated X-Men Beast was based on him. Let me see. Let me get back the resolution. Hold on a second. Okay. And then you got the Demolition Gremlins. This is from Gremlins 2. I love them like wanting to blow up the Statue of Liberty here. The Acme.
Oh, dude,
TNT.
can we see the? So coming up is some of the ones I have.
And I love how like the box they come in is like a work crate or something like that.
It's like whistle at the hot chicks that come by. The one on the right. Hey, baby.
You want to go have lunch with me? All right, and then of course this is the great one right here, is the Flasher Gremlin, which comes with other accessories to make him other characters, which is one of the cool things about like the Ultimates line, is that you could have bought multiples of these and then had additional gremlins from it. So it's almost like you're armory building these characters into being other things.
Dude, this is another thing, like, I feel like when we talk about, like, I have my Pi with every system on it from NES to, like, Dreamcast. And it's like, if you showed us these figures back in the day, like, how close to the movie these look, our minds would be blown. Like, seeing this shit. This shit is insane.
Oh yeah, this tickles that nostalgia, man. This is stuff we wanted. We wanted stuff like this. That image didn't.
I honestly kind of feel like NECA is like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory of some shit, like where they're like, I can't believe the detail they get on just even the accessories, like that beer in that last one, and just like, yeah, this Flasher Gremlin. This is a company that like they're everything from their packaging to the accessories to the paint deco must get like multiple revisions before they say it's ready to go out. Like this is like an OCD attention to detail company, which I really appreciate that about them.
So this is the ultimate gizmo here. This is awesome. I believe
there's things you will never get from NECA that other companies do. Like, you will never get pixelated box art from NECA. It will always be crisp. It will always be gloss. It will always be like a high-res picture. You will always get like well-made accessories. There's just a lot of things that I can say about NECA that they give you that are extremely top-notch.
Mm-hmm.
Where other companies fall short, they exceed expectations.
So one of the awesome things about this gizmo here, dude, is like the fact that you can change the direction of the eyes, and then you have different faces and stuff for whatever pose or moment that you want to capture. So like, if you can get this one, this is definitely worth getting for a gizmo figure. Of course, he doesn't scale well with the other Gremlins, but it's still a nice set piece if you love Gizmo or love Gremlins and stuff like that. Let me see. This should be the one that ends up becoming. Yeah, this is your standard Gremlin. He's got more accessories. He's got the beer. He's got the soda, cigarettes. And what's cool is you buy this guy, and you have the other one.
Here's my gamer Gremlin.
Mm-hmm. Gamer Gremlin's cool too.
So I have these are some of the ones I have. So I have this one with the candy and the pot and the soda. I have that one, and I have the gamer Gremlin.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ones that I felt like I had to have. Like, so when we look at this gamer Gremlin too.
Yeah, I did bring that up. There's no picture of him other than the back of the box.
What?
Yeah.
Damn it.
And the image quality sucks on it too. Let me see.
They have the one with the The chainsaw or the skateboard?
It should be coming up here soon. Hold on. So, one of the
Yeah, because
cool
one of my favorites is the one with the chainsaw.
ultimate. So the ultimate collection, like the accessory set. This is cool. I had to get this one just because of like some of the accessories. You get the cocoon. You get just a regular gizmo that actually works for the proportions of the other gremlins, and then you have him with his car. I have that one on my desk, and then you got the workout gremlin costumes. You just put that on a gremlin, and you got the thief gremlin.
Yeah, but where's our Phoebe Cates figure?
Right. Where's Phoebe Cates? Where's Judge Reinhold? Where's the rest of the cast? Right.
These kids today don't understand the phenomenon that was Phoebe Cates. They don't understand, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like me trying to explain the two Kellys to kids of this generation. You know, who would like? I mean, who do they get hot after these days? I don't even know. What is today's version of, like, the Kelly Bundy, Kelly Kapowski era, or the Phoebe Cates era? I guess, like, for a while it was Megan Fox was that.
Well,
like maybe 10 years ago, Megan Fox was, but she's kind of the time has passed for her too. So what is today's versions of like a Phoebe Cates? Who would today be?
I'd have to
The
think
model
about
people gush over. The actress, or I can't even name one, dude. Can you?
I'm pretty sure there's a couple of them. I can't think of any of them off the top of my head. Let me see. Hold on. Let's ask the audience. So
I know, guys in the audience, help us out. Who is today's Phoebe Cates? But the other thing that they lack today, these actresses, is they can't really give you the girl next door, but she's sexy, but she's provocative, but she's cute,
Well, hey,
but she's like,
I'll
there's
say
a lot of
Jenna Ortega, maybe Millie Bobby Brown.
She might be those are the next ones. Those are the new school.
Right.
I'm gonna give you that as fans of both of them. But we got to give them another 5 years on that, and they're there.
Maybe Billie Eilish, I guess. I'm listing off all girls that here. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so you got the Greta Gremlin. You got Stripe, which I think, he comes with the chainsaw. Stripe came with the chainsaw and the skateboard. Here you go, dude.
Okay, good, because I needed to see this one, Vince. It's one of my favorites.
It's coming up right now. There you go.
As much as I love Stripper Gremlin or whatever her name is,
when I was in school, I had a girl who looked. Oh my god, dude, that's awesome.
The skateboard with the grip tape, dude. Yeah, this was one. I'm so excited to have this one. I love this one.
Ryan, you need to go read Joe's comment there. You're gonna get jealous.
When I was a kid, I had a girl in my school look just like Phoebe Cates. Oh, lucky man, Joe. Hopefully you took her out on a date.
It's the best I'm gonna do at the moment. I gotta make it a little bit more.
Did they show the skateboard and the accessories?
Yeah, he's got the yellow chainsaw, the skateboard.
I mean, look at this shit, dude. This is fucking $30. Look at this fucking shit.
Yeah.
You got Stripe with a motherfucking chainsaw, skin your ass raw, and you got fucking the skateboard. You got to give him something to break.
I need something to break. Anyway.
That is all. Like, come on, dude. This is awesome shit. You know? This is what you want. Look at how you can even, like, the translucent wheels.
Mm-hmm.
It would be accurate for that skateboard. It looks like real fucking grip tape. This is the fucking level of detail that I'm talking about with NECA. And they're not even, like, my favorite toy brand. But, like, there's shit that they do that nobody is fucking with this, dude. Nobody is fucking with this level for $30 that you get. Nobody's on this level for $30, dude.
Dude,
I'm
like
sorry. Tell me
there's
one.
like, you know, because NECA's got the alien stuff, they got turtles, both the actually I'm sorry, they have the cartoon turtles, they have the actually they're going to be doing the 2003 line as well soon at some point. They're going to be doing, they have the movie lines, so 1, 2, and 3. They have the comic book stuff from the Mirage comics. Then you have the Evil Dead stuff, all the horror franchises they have.
Puppet Master.
Yeah, Puppet Master, Aliens, Terminator. I mentioned those already before, but still,
It's the dream. If there was a dream list of movie IPs to make into characters, they have that list. They have the dream list of everything. Everything you just named is the dream list of figures you would hope to make, and also the horror ones like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, which you would wish to make, and they had them all, dude.
Well, the Back to the Future figures are great, man. I want them to finish to do 3, yeah. And like my dad said, the Thing figures are great. I mean, we technically only got 3 McCready's, but we do have the dog thing, which is amazing because we never had that even with McFarlane Movie Maniacs.
Dude, when I go into fucking Target, where do you think I go first?
Right, you go right to electronics, over to the collectibles area.
Right to the NECA section. Where's the fucking NECA section? That's where I go, son. Mm-hmm. And you know what? When I go to the normal toy aisle, it's all downhill from there, bro. Because it's picked over, and like look at your backdrop there. It's always missing those good ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they have any of the Spider-Mans, it's the ones nobody fucking wants. If they have the Black Series, it's the one people don't want.
Or we already have. Yeah, we already have it. Yeah, I know.
Shit. So it's like, my only fucking hope in Target of a fucking figure that means dick squat is in the NECA section. Well, and even that should be pretty picked over.
And that's something that my dad just mentioned. Actually, Target lost the rights to have NECA stuff in there, other than the basic stuff that ships to every store, but anything that's done through a rep through NECA that's placed there, it's all going to be Walmart now.
But Walmart's fucking worse, bro.
You know, actually, I find more stuff in stock at Walmart for the NECA stuff than I do at Target.
But Walmart's more hooligans that are gonna just fucking manhandle shit, dude.
I know. Well, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
Listen to me, Vince. I go in Walmart, motherfuckers ripping shit open in there and leaving it right under the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if you look at Walmart, guys, next time you go to Walmart, you probably didn't even realize it, but there's cameras in that bitch at eye level, like on the shelf, and motherfuckers are still ripping packages open in that bitch in plain sight of the camera in their face. So like, it baffles me, bro. And like, are they arresting these people doing this shit? They're just going in there and ripping packages open and like taking figures out. So, and that's with the camera on them at eye level. So
see, like the Walmart, like I have 2 Walmarts near me that are that bad. Most of the ones I go to are not that bad. But yeah, no, you're not wrong on that at all. So I want to end this episode was talking about this one. I got this last year. This was amazing. I put this out for Christmas. I'm going to put it out for this year as well. But the 2-pack for this cover here, poster for...
They're gonna get ready to be more disappointed, Vince, with fucking Walmart. Don't get me started on the bullshit there.
Hey,
they're gonna be... if they're upset with Target, Vince, if they're upset with Target, get ready for a fucking lawsuit with Walmart then. I'm just telling you right now. Because Target's fucking upscale soccer moms and shit and well-dressed fucking people of a higher income bracket. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to Walmart. I shop at both. No disrespect to Walmart. But I'm saying you got hooligans like a motherfucker in Walmart. So get ready for NECA. They don't know what the fuck they just stepped into if they're going Walmart now. Good luck to you.
What's up, Mike? He said that I'm shocked that it happens in Florida, right? Right. Exactly. Oh my gosh. And then Joe said, I was at Walmart once, and when the Transformers I had that open space and no plastic, I saw someone breaking the head off of a Transformer and think, dude, like it's hard, like even shopping at certain WalMarts because, um, like I'm a Transformer collector. I'm a GI Joe collector. I collect a lot. I do. I collect probably way too much, but um, it sucks right now because like there's nothing on the shelves. There's no Studio Series stuff. It's all stuff for Transformers One, which was a fantastic movie, by the way. I enjoyed that a lot, but I do think that the toys are very lacking, and they made them very simplistic for a reason because I guess they were trying to go for a newer audience. Um, but there's not a whole lot of stuff. Like there's tons of stuff that's on order right now on Hasbro.com or Hasbro Pulse. There's stuff on BigBadToyStore.com, Amazon. So it sucks that like there's not enough on the shelves. Technically, that's another thing too, is that stores have tremendously decreased their shelf space for toys. Like I remember going to Walmart, Target, and stuff where they had 3 aisles for action figures. Then it was like the cars, Hot Wheels, and things, the girls' toys, the Lego brand. Now it's just like, maybe a total of 10 aisles, and you have 2 aisles that are dedicated to nothing but Lego, which is fine, but it decreases the space for other stuff.
Dude, I'll tell you just the one thing real quick that Walmart kills Target with though. Walmart murders Target with the extensive movie and TV show collection. At least in mine, they're decked the fuck out in my Walmarts with fucking dude. I can go in the TV section just only and see every fucking show we grew up with in a box set. Every motherfucker. I'm talking like even Miami Vice. You know what I'm saying? Like Full House. Every sitcom from the fucking 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Everything is in a fucking box set. Multiples of it at my Walmart. So I just laugh sometimes when people are saying physical media is dead because I've never seen this many fucking box sets before in my fucking life.
Well,
In my Walmart.
it's slowly being phased out, man. Like I can literally, and I probably should like record going into like the local WalMarts or not Toys R Us, Targets near me where they're phasing out like movies. Like you literally have like maybe half a section at some Walmarts for new releases, and then they have like whatever their standard stuff. But you're not wrong. For what they do have, it's an abundance of it. But they don't have a very big variety.
Vince, I'm even seeing tons of animated shows in there in Japanese animation now.
Oh, I know. I do. I see maybe like 20 to 30 different anime series or movies at a given time when I go to Walmart. But it's completely changed. The landscape has changed. I mean, we're going into this complete full digital future. And I asked my dad this the other day because, like, we're not to get into political stuff, but like, with what's going on with the tariffs that are going to happen, how that we're going to be paying this extra stuff, because 95% of the stuff that we manufacture, people buy, is manufactured and imported into the US. So we're going to pay a premium on everything, right? But I wonder, is digital media going to be tariffed? Because if it's not actually shipped in, it's just like a pushed online kind of thing, is it going to get hit with that? And I'm curious about that. But I do want to talk about this figure. This figure is awesome. The Gizmo and Stripe here with the Christmas outfit, totally cool. The only downside to my figure, because of the fact that like the legs are so thin, mine fell and his leg came off at the knee. So I haven't fixed it yet, but I'm going to this year so I can get him back standing where I need to when I display him. But NECA keeps popping out with great figures for for Gremlins. They keep coming up with great stuff in general for action figures. I do miss the fact that like toys are not toys for kids anymore. They're for adults and collectors. I feel that we're taking away children's imagination and tactile experiences and stuff. You know, parents being able to sit down with their kids to play with the toys with them. They, even my son, like I play with him and do things with him, but like even he, you know, plays Roblox and does things, and he just lives in this virtual world that is kind of like what we have, unfortunately. And I feel that the focus is not correct on why we do this stuff, or why toys are out there. Yeah, I know it's for making a buck, and I understand that if like everything's going completely digital for the younger generation, toy manufacturers still got to make their money, right? So what are they going to do? They're going to advertise to the adult collector, and they're going to keep raising the prices,
Yeah.
and eventually we're going to get priced out of all of this stuff that we enjoy, because it's going to cost them more money to make this stuff.
We're gonna get a price out of it till just like doctors and dentists are buying this shit.
Right. You know, so not to end this episode on a downer though, but like, you know, Gremlins is one of my favorites.
I thought I was being uplifting because like, dude, when you're seeing like box sets for every show I can remember, Vince.
Mm-hmm.
I was you know, I've been downloading all these shows, you know, off like SoulSeek, just pirating basically. I'll just be up front. But like, I'm literally looking at the wall of box sets, Vince.
Yeah.
To figure out what I'm gonna download next. That's how fucking many they had. They got like Murder, She Wrote on the fucking rack. Like, how the fuck a box set for everything, dog?
Well, that's the other thing too, is that like, if you looked at Black Friday, right, this past week, right, there was tons of movies on sale for $10. I mean, 4K releases for $10 that came with digital copies. So you have a digital, which can be more than $10 if you purchase it, depending on like what service you use. But I don't know, man. I am looking forward to Gremlins 3. I heard that it's going to be really dark. I enjoy that. They need to do it before.
One?
They need to do it before Howie Mandel passes, right? Come on,
a live action one?
Yeah, they're going to do an actual third film.
And the original cast is in it?
They're working on it. I don't know how many people are going to come back to it, but I know that what is it, Joe Dante?
Imagine if it was everybody. It was Feldman. It was Billy. What if it was Phoebe? I mean, Phoebe won't come back. Well, you never know if she come, because she raised their kids, dude. Like, she did that. Like, she could come back for a one-off.
She could. I don't know. I mean, it all depends, like, which direction they go. I just know that the script that Joe Dante is writing is darker, or has written.
He's still alive?
Or whoever's got it. I don't know if I think he's still alive, isn't he? Let me look it up.
Seems like a lot of the good directors are dead now, bro.
They're dying, man. They're dying. All of our childhood, influencers are leaving us. Let me see. Yeah, he's still alive. He's 78 years old.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, you can still write a script. You can still write a script, right? No, but dude,
like a wheelchair to the set to direct this one.
Hey man, like, do it. I want John Carpenter to come back. I love his music, but man, like, come back and make a new movie. Give me Jack Burton with Kurt Russell, Old Man Jack. Let's do it. Let's get it going. But no, yeah, the script, as far as I know, is supposed to be really dark, and it's supposed to kind of end the franchise. It's gonna end in a different, more darker turn. But what was the commercial with Billy and a daughter? with her own gremlin. It was a drink company. Yeah, I have to look that up, Joe. I think I remember that too. Um, but they really need to get off their butts and start doing this stuff. You know, it's sad. Like we're gonna get a new Tron film that oh come on, what's his name? Um, like some of the original cast aren't alive to be in it anymore. You know, David Warner. You know, he was rumored to be, because when they were gonna do the third film originally, David Warner was gonna come back to reprise his role. So I don't know. It all depends. I have no clue. I look forward to it. You know, but Gremlins holds a special place in my heart. You can ask my dad. It's one of my favorites. It had always been my favorites, and I got to be able to pass that torch off to my son. You know, I had a cat named Gizmo. It was awesome. But yeah, this was fun, dude. Anything else you want to add real quick before we end this episode?
Watch Gremlins again this year, man. 1 and 2. You know, we got to keep these movies alive.
We do. Pass it on to the next generation. Come on, guys. You got kids?
Look, not just to laugh at the dad's hilarious failed inventions, one
right?
after another. The orange juicer, the what's the one with the shaver on it, like the pocket dad or something? The dad. What do they call it, dude? It was some hilarious name, right?
Oh my god! We just watched it too.
I love his dad's enthusiasm about every single thing he has, and he does the little spiel on it.
Dude, he's the essential entrepreneur, American spirit, right? The person that just designs everything they can, right? He goes and he has the confidence to sell it, and like, even if it fails, he's like, nothing phases him. He's gonna fix it. Let me fix it.
I think it's called like the bathroom buddy.
Yeah, the bathroom buddy. Yes, it was the bathroom buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and he had a hilarious spiel for every single, and like Billy was like humoring him every time. He's like, "Oh, show me, what is it, Dad? Like, what does it do?" And like, I fucking love that, dude. Well, plus,
the sad thing is,
he had an epic dad, Vince. His dad went to motherfucking Chinatown, like a sketchy part, talked to an old scary man, and like, you know, and talked the kid into still selling it to him. The old man didn't want to sell him Gizmo.
Just for his son. Just for a gift for his son. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
You know, and that's the other thing too. Yeah, his dad passed away, and then Dick Miller's gone. You know, it's like we're missing the opportunity to continue these stories the way they should have been, and a relevance or an importance that deserves of some of this stuff. And yeah, I really wish that, you know, we would get off our asses, because it's gonna go away. Like a lot, these guys, these actors, these iconic people, and they're in their 60s, they're in their 80s, and you know, anything can happen. And you know, sometimes we definitely need film to help us escape from the shit that we're dealing with in life. And then we also need to be reminded of the fun things and stuff that we enjoyed as kids that helped ease us through these transitions of whatever, just like things in life that are uncertain. That's why I still collect. I love toys. I love enjoying collecting with my son. I enjoy playing with these toys with my son, like my dad did to me. It's fun, and we shouldn't like give up these things just because of the fact that we become adults. No, whatever. That's my message I leave for everyone tonight. But let me know in the comments down below, guys, which of the two movies is your favorite, 1 or 2. You can just say original Gremlins or the new batch.
I'm just saying, if Gremlins were real, Vince, I'm taking one and throwing it in the pool, bro. Like when he died. I'm unleashing the Gremlins on my town, dude, because I want to fucking hang out with them. Let's burn it down, baby. Let's party. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just let it go. That's the direction shit's going, anyways, Vince. This year, so I'm fucking throwing
let's
that
burn it
gremlin in
down.
the pool.
So what you're telling me, Ryan, is that if you had the ability to unleash hell, you would.
I would.
Pandora's
I'm throwing
box.
it in the pool, son. Straight up, I'm throwing it in there.
Well, there you go, folks. If Ryan could end the world, he would. And, but yeah, everyone, we hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us and everything. And then stay tuned for tomorrow. Me and Ryan and Zombie and Ty Lord and Thumb Brothers will be discussing our top 5 Christmas movies. So, and it will be live, so we'll see everyone there. But yeah, thanks everyone, and I love one.
Remember the 3 rules.
It's too silly. Yeah, right.
Remember the 3 rules.
Remember the 3 rules. Don't eat after midnight, even though it's probably when I'm gonna eat. But I don't turn into a gremlin. Yeah. But all right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Peace
Later.
out.